Hello, Capricorn, and welcome to your reading. Let's have a look to see the messages that the divine wants you to receive in this timeless reading. As usual, it is always important to allow your intuition to be available as I'm doing your readings, taking what is resonating, leaving behind anything that is not resonating with you, okay? So let's just jump straight into the reading to see what is going on. The divine is saying to you that it is important for you to start fine-tuning your intuition, okay? It is important for you to fine-tune your intuition because you are going to be seeing that you are going to be downloading some messages from the divine, from the other realm, and it is important for you to listen, and it is important for you to understand. When you fine-tune your intuition, it is important for you to have time when you are silent, when you are tapped in, and when you are listening, when you're communicating with your guides and with your ancestors, because you need to understand on a deep level that the divine, your guides, your ancestors, your guardian angels don't shout. They don't scream. In fact, they speak very quiet, almost like a whisper. And if you're not paying attention, you miss the messages. They know this, so this is sometimes why they send you synchronicities. This is why sometimes you open up, Instagram, and you just see a message straight away that you needed to hear at that moment in time. So this is another way where your guides and your guardian angels communicate with you. But understand, when we're talking about fine-tuning your intuition, you have to be very methodical and intentional about putting time aside so that you can tune in, so that you can hear, so that you can listen, above all, so that you can receive what your guides and your ancestors I want to give to you. Okay, so we're going to pop that card to one side. The next card that we have, we've been talking about this. It is important for you to activate the hermit mode. Because again, in your moments of quiet, this is how you start listening, because now you're listening with your heart. Now you're listening with your soul and not just your ears. The divine is saying that for some of you, you could be seeing that you feel like you're losing friends. You feel that you're losing families. You feel that you're losing connections, but you are being isolated for a reason. And it is important for you to understand that if you're not being isolated, isolate yourself. This is how you can divert the energies in an easier way for them to come into your life. It's almost like we do this the easy way or we do this the hard way. When you don't allow yourself that moment to be quiet, that time to be silent, then things happen that force you to go into isolation, that force you to lose people. But most of the times, the people that you lose have already outgrown their season. So it is important for you to let go of whoever needs to let go out of your life. Because by allowing people to go, by allowing things to be removed out of your life, you need to understand that something new will come and take its place. For some of you, you are praying to the divine for a new love. You're praying to the divine for new friendships. You're praying to the divine for this and that. And at the same time, you are holding on tightly to relationships that are failing, that have been failing for a long time. You're holding on tightly to things that no longer serve you. The divine is saying, don't be afraid to be alone, because there's a big difference to being lonely and to being alone. In your times of being alone, this is when you grow. In your times of silence, this is when you hear. In your times when you are alone, this is when you make the divine connection. If you're always on the go, if you're always surrounded by people, you're missing important cues. You're missing important information that is going to be allowing you to move through life in an easier way. Okay, so the divine is saying it is important for you to start putting that do not disturb sign on your heart, on your soul, on your subconscious mind, on your being, so that you can just shut down, so that you can just be at peace with no one disturbing you, no one needing you, no one needing to extract your energy. And in that moment, you're able to listen to your intuition. The divine is saying that for some of you, you are currently on a journey, and it is important for you to trust that journey. For some of you, you are losing faith because the journey has been long, it has been hard, but the divine is saying everything works out in divine timing. Don't lose faith, trust the process, keep going. Remember to be silent, to tune in, because important information will come in, which is going to help you navigate your situation and get to the other side a lot faster than you trying to figure out everything by yourself, okay? We have our card that is telling you that it is important for you to start rolling those dices, okay? To start taking some chances, to start doing things differently. Because in doing so, you're going to be seeing that opportunities, different opportunities that you didn't even anticipate happening in your life, they start happening. So what chances can you start taking? Okay, because when you take a chance, you allow and you invite magic to come into your life. One last card we're going to be getting from our oracle cards, and then we're going to be moving over to our tarot cards. So we have our card that the divine is saying that, listen, on this journey, there's no need for you to be afraid, because you are being divinely guided right now as you're going on the journey, as you're transitioning out of situations, as you're transitioning and growing and moving and shaking things up, as you are taking chances. The divine is saying that it is really important for you not to be afraid, because fear will keep you stuck in situations. Fear will trick you into staying in your comfort zone. Fear will make things that are false appear real, because like people say, the word fear itself is false evidence appearing real. So what false evidence have you convinced yourself that is real, that is keeping you stuck at this present moment in time? Process this and understand that there is nothing for you to be afraid of. Life is fun and life is exciting when you roll the dice. Okay, so if you're understanding what that message is all about, comment 77 in the comment section below. So Capricorn, what we're going to be doing, we are going to be getting our tarot cards, and I think I want to work with these ones today. Okay, so as usual, as we get our tarot cards, I always tell you of the candle magic ceremonies that we are going to be doing. Currently today, guys, for those of you who have ordered your honey jars, I am working on your honey jars. This is why this flower is here. Beautiful. I specifically bought it for the honey jars. For those of you who are praying for your homes, your dream homes, your manifestations, you're praying for peace, you're praying for love, all those things, your honey jars are being made. Tomorrow, I'm actually going to be putting it all together. Today, I'm working on the ingredients and saying the prayers that I need to say. And then we have our new moon that is going to be happening tomorrow. I put all the ingredients together and start praying on the honey jars. The honey jars stay on the altar for 28 days. And then I release them and set them free and set the intentions free. But for tomorrow, what I'm doing is I am doing our candle magic ceremony for the new moon in Cancer. And as usual, the new moon in Cancer is going to be us planting our seeds of intention. The new moon in Cancer is very much powerful. Like I was saying, planting our seeds of intentions, and you've received the energies of the Ace of Coins. We're going to elaborate on that message, beautiful energy that is there. And so yeah, we're going to be doing our candle magic prayer ceremony tomorrow. And if you're wanting to be part of that, saying prayers connected to abundance, money, love, all the things that are associated with the energies of Cancer, go in the description box below and reserve your space on my website. And please do remember to write your petition about what it is that I'm praying for. Currently, I have 3 honey jars with no petitions, and I've emailed you guys. So if you haven't sent me your petition and you got your honey jar, please do send your petition as soon as possible. And yeah, so that's what I'm going to do tomorrow. If you're wanting to be part of that ceremony, you know what to do. Website linked in the description box below. Okay. What we're going to do, we're going to look at the bottom of our deck, what you're currently not seeing. You have another new beginning. You have another ace, Capricorn. So the divine is saying that what you are currently not seeing at the moment, okay, is connected to the energies of take a chance. For some of you, you're trying to play life too much to the book. You are not taking any risks. You are not taking any chances. You are just like wanting to make sure that everything works out fine. But the divine is saying, what is the purpose of getting to the top of the mountains and you've got no stories to tell? Nothing interesting happens. Okay, fine, you got the bag, you got the money, you got the life that you want, but where's the magic? Okay, so the divine is saying that, listen, okay, we have our new moon tomorrow. It is important, whether you're working with me, whether you're working with yourself, whatever it is that you're doing, that tomorrow you really think about how life is going to be unfolding for you, how you see and how you wish life can unfold for you. Take your pen and paper, or if you're an artist, good or bad, whatever it is, start drawing the life of your dreams. It is important to do this with your hands, not just on the computer. Usually I would have said create a vision board, but no. Using your own hands, the whole painting, the whole act of writing is part of the magic. And this is why when you send me your petitions, I write them out, because the very act of writing is connected with the first part of manifesting. This is why we call spellings. Spelling, you are literally casting a spell. You are literally spelling things into existence. So the divine is saying that for some of you, it is important that tomorrow you just start dreaming wild what is possible for you. You start painting the life of your dreams, writing the life of your dreams. And then this is going to set your soul on fire, because we need that spark that is going to be developing into this roaring fire that is here. And this is the fire that is going to be burning within you, the fire of inspiration, the fire that allows the fireworks to happen, right? Those are the magical moments. So the divine is saying to you, there's going to be new beginnings, because this reading is going to inspire you, Capricorn, to invite magic into your life and to stop being so practical all the time. It is all about being balanced, right? So the divine is saying it is important for you to roll your dice, take some chances, do things differently, okay? Invite magical moments to start manifesting and coming into your life, because when you do, this fire that is here is going to be turning into something beautiful. And this is what you can currently see right now. This is what some of you, most of you I'm hearing, can't see right now because of fear. Flip this. Find ways of flipping this fear, using it as fuel to the fire that is going to be propelling you forward, as fire that is going to be seeing you really feeling excited about life. Life truly can be magical. I told you that I'm going to be sharing my life story at some point, okay? Because there's a lot to share, and as a Capricorn, I know what these energies are all about, because I have lived in these energies. Capricorn is my rising sign, and Saturn is very much heavy in my sign. So I know what it's like to be climbing that ladder and to try to do everything to the book and just to try not to make mistakes, but life is boring. Where is the fun? This is how and why I started doing the magic that I do, because life is magical. If we ever met, I've got crazy stories about how things manifested, about how life has just been one, okay, at the beginning, one disappointing story, a shit show of a story, until I made that decision to hold the pen and to start scripting the life of my dreams, and then to get inspired to actually take chances in directions that are completely wild, but that have led me to the most beautiful moments of my life. So that is going to be coming out soon, because the divine wants you to know, Capricorn, that when you take the fire that is here, coupled with the new beginning that you had, when we're talking about planting the seeds of intention, you're going to be seeing that you are going to be gifted something that is important, that is going to be connected to you taking some chances. Some of you, you could find maybe money, okay? Maybe you win money, I don't know. Maybe you inherit some money, but there's just something that is coming in connected to money, connected to coins. Maybe you find a gold coin. You invest that, and over time, it is going to be growing into something that is going to be beautiful. This is like that Jack and the Beanstalk type of story. So the divine is saying that the potential that is here, if you allow magic, if you allow yourself to not be too controlling about how the journey is going to be unfolding for you, you're going to be seeing that magical moments will indeed happen, and you can surpass the life of your dreams like a million times over. Again, living testimony here. So whatever it is that you're currently experiencing, if you're currently going through challenges, it is okay. The divine has told you what you need to do. And to understand that it is important not to have fear. And to understand that you have to trust the process and to keep moving and to keep going. And then to start believing that magic, amazing things can happen for you. And to really embody this, because this invites the energy to start manifesting in your life. And this is how you start finding these opportunities, these seeds that you are going to be planting that are going to be growing over time into something that is going to be spectacular. Because like I was saying to you, Capricorn, yesterday, you're very much comfortable about climbing that ladder, about climbing that mountain, about going places, about being focused. But make sure that you don't do it in a boring way, okay? So you had the Ace of Coins that is here. Favorite card over here, especially when we're talking to the energies of receiving something. Let's bring this energy over here, especially when we're talking about the energies of new beginnings. So this card came up when we're talking about the Cancer new moon, and I was telling you that we're planting our seeds of intention. And you're now understanding why it is important to work with the celestial energies that are out there. This is why I do the new moon, full moon rituals and all the other rituals that I do. Because I have seen, I have witnessed, and I have 1,000,000% faith that it works. Okay, so we're talking about taking that seed of intention, planting it, and seeing that it is going to be growing over time. And the Ace of Coins came out for you. So the divine is saying that not only is this going to be growing over time, because your faith is going to be strengthened, you are going to be seeing that you activate the energies of the Eight of Wands. The Eight of Wands is about swift, fast. Like this year, your life looks like this. You take some chances and crazy things happen. Okay, you are flying to the top of the mountain. You are no longer struggling to climb that mountain. You are that eagle that is soaring on top of the mountain. Do you understand? And if you do, comment 777 in the comment section below, because Capricorn, the divine truly wants to start working with you in shifting your mindset, because your mindset, it was just keeping you in that loop of Capricorn at its lowest polarity, of always experiencing setbacks after setback after setback. You climb that mountain, you get halfway up, something happens, and you fall all the way to almost the bottom, and you have to do it all over again. Well, who is to say that you can't fly to the top of the mountain? Oh yes, that's right. It is your mind and your subconscious mind which is running programs in the background that are creating the challenges that you experience. So remember what you couldn't see. You receive the energies of the Ace of Wands. And the divine is saying, this is what you can't see right now. If you've forgotten, go and rewatch this reading, because the divine is truly laying it down thick for you, so that truly a revelation starts to happen. Something within you, something within your soul deep down starts to understand the journey of being a Capricorn and how you can turn it to something that is magnificent. Okay, so can you observe that you had the fire that is here? We were talking about it sparking, and then over time, because you're now experiencing the magical moments, you're now experiencing life just as a beautiful unfolding, the fire starts to burn even bigger. It becomes a roaring fire that is allowing you to start moving forward with faith 100%. And now, can you see how our eagle, I don't know what bird this is actually, this bird that is here, is got that fire. It is holding it in its beak. And same for you. See yourself as this animal that is here. Like, make this your spirit animal. Okay, take a screenshot and save this on your phone. Because as your spirit animal, you can now see that not only do you have just that one wand that you started off with. Remember the Ace of Wands, you just have one. Look at you now. You have 8 of them. And all of them are bearing fruit. They're alive. They are growing. And that one fire that started it all is still here. And so the divine is like the number 8, right? Is like an infinity sign. So now the magical moments are happening over and over again, and you are just loving, soaring on top of those mountains that are here. So there's a lot of unfolding things that are happening on this journey that is here. But I know that when you're listening to these readings that I've started doing for you, the long ones, save them. Okay? And if this is your first time on this channel, go and look at the last 3 readings that I did for Capricorn, because they are going to be important on the series, on this journey that is here, because it is time for you, Capricorn, to truly start creating the life of your dreams, and even bigger than that, I promise you. Okay? Do not be afraid of the challenges that you're experiencing right now. Do not let fear freeze you in your situation. It's important to see, as I said, that. Can you see that here? You have snow-covered mountains, but you have your fire that is here. And I said, do not let fear freeze you. And then I looked at this card and said, yes, remember we're talking about climbing to the top of the mountain. And so for some of you, maybe you're halfway up the mountain. Some of you at the beginning. Some of you are maybe all the way almost up to the top. Something happens, you experience a challenge, you experience a setback, and the fear gets amplified, and it becomes difficult for you to get up again and climb that mountain. And so you get stuck in your situation. You get stuck in that frozenness, and then you're not able to shift. But the divine is saying, don't let anything stop you, okay? Everything happens for a reason. And if anything, let it inspire you to keep going. We opened up our reading, Capricorn, with our message that the divine wanted to tell you to fine-tune your intuition. I was just double checking to see we've got no other major arcana card. And it is interesting that you are closing this reading with the same energy. Now, can you see how synchronicities work? Do you understand how magical moments happen? And now do you understand why you have to have your eyes wide opened to notice the synchronicities, to notice the magical moments? Otherwise, you think like nothing amazing ever happens to me, but it does all the time. So it starts with appreciating the small things like this, and then you start noticing the bigger things. And then what happened? It strengthens your faith. And when your faith is strong, you start believing, and then you start seeing even bigger things that you'll not be able to explain happen for you. Okay, so we have our fine-tune your intuition card that is here. And I explained this card to you quite thoroughly, I think. And you're closing off this reading with our major arcana card of the High Priestess. The High Priestess is connected to everything that I told you at the beginning of this reading. The High Priestess is connected to downloads coming in, receiving dreams. So please do pay attention to your dreams, receiving epiphanies, just understanding things on a divine level. When you start understanding things on a divine level, this is where the next level, this is like the pro level, right? You stop playing like little games. You stop playing in the little league, because now you can see that truly magic does happen if you believe and if you know how to welcome it in and how to show appreciation and how to notice when amazing things happen for you, especially at the beginning when they are just small. And then over time, they grow to be something magnificent and amazing that even you're just like, this is crazy. This time last year, I was like this. And look at me now. So the divine is emphasizing the first part of this reading for you to go and listen to it, especially when we're talking about the hermit mode and activating the hermit mode, allowing yourself time to be silent so that you can hear, so that you can listen, so that you can understand what your guides and your ancestors and the divine are trying to tell you. You can understand the messages that you are being given. The energies of the high priestess is a beautiful type of energy that is here, that truly allows you to see past the veil. Right now, you might just be believing like what you can see right now, this is all there is. But when you step up to the energies of the high priestess, the veil between worlds get revealed. This is what this curtain here is all about. And you have to be in a state of balance. Otherwise, if things start happening to you in a magical way and you are not balanced, you could become afraid. You could start not understanding what is happening, and then guess what happens? You fall off the mountain and you're back to ground zero. So we're talking about the energies of the new moon, and it is interesting that the high priestess is connected to the moon energy, because the moon energy is all about intuition. Your intuition is going to be your superpower. I want you to comment that in the comment section below. I am going to encourage you, Capricorn, to be proactive when you are watching these readings, because I truly want things to start sinking in for you. Because I'm doing your readings and giving extra because you always show up and you listen and you are always supportive. And so I'm reflecting that energy to you, and I want you to make it up to the top of the mountain, because the view up here is magnificent. It is beautiful. Okay. So one day I'll tell you about the story about how I climbed all the way to the mountain, but the time is not quite right yet. One day you will know. Okay. So wink, wink. So the energies of the high priestess is here, connected to your intuition, connected to the energies of the hermit. Okay. Because you can see that both our women, they are alone. So they've activated the hermit mode. And I like that both of them have got that veil. I told you the veil is connected to the other side. And the veil is, maybe if I say this, maybe I'm going too deep, I don't know. But the veil is connected to covering your ori, the top of your head, your divine connection. Okay. For those of you who know what I'm talking about, for those of you might not know what I'm talking about. So usually this is why people wear veils, hijabs, head coverings, is really to protect your ori. You know, when you're born, the top of your head is soft. Well, there are theories about why it is soft. And there are theories about why you need to cover your head, especially when you're doing spiritual things, because you're opening up your crown chakra, you're opening up to receiving important information from the other side, because there's a lot more that is going on in this world, more than what we can see. And like I said, you have to be grounded and you have to be balanced before you can invite these energies in, because if you're not ready, they can almost cause a dissonance within you, because you won't be understanding what is happening. But maybe I'm going too deep, I don't know. So I'm going to leave it here, Capricorn, because truly this is the message that the divine is saying, that this is what is holding the key, especially right now, if life is not reflecting what it is that you want, especially right now, if you are not feeling like you are in the right frame of mind to be taking chances, because you're just like, I cannot afford to lose right now. I cannot afford to make mistakes right now. I know what it feels to feel like that. But the divine is saying that it is okay. All you can do is take one step at a time, because taking one step at a time allows you to grow steadily. You are not 1 minute, you are crawling, and then the next minute you're Usain Bolt running 100 meters in record time. Before Usain Bolt could run 100 meters in record time, he had to go and train. He had to go and learn. He had to go and fine-tune his skills. He had to go and make changes in his lives connected to how he eats, how he shows up for himself, making sure there are boundaries in place, making sure that he's highly disciplined, because this is the key that also allows you to step up to the next level. So this is why you cannot just go from a crawling baby all the way to running in the Olympics. It just doesn't happen. And in spiritual terms, it is almost similar. You start where you are and you understand it takes time. But the more you learn, the more you're disciplined, the more you're dedicated, the more you break all the glass ceilings really, really quickly. Because you had the energies of the Eight of Wands that is here showing that you have the capabilities to break those glass ceilings and to get to the other side, to the top of the mountain quickly. But you have to be ready. And you have to be willing to roll up your sleeves and do whatever it takes. Because trust me when I say this, before you can get to the top of the mountain, there are going to be many, many challenges. And even if you're in a good place and everything, but you still have that desire, that craving within you to get to the next level, you experience challenges and you have to show up strong, because you have to break that glass ceiling to show that you have the power, skill, discipline, dedication that is needed to play at the next level. Do you remember when you were a child and maybe you used to play like Mario, or if you play video games, you have to like almost get frustrated because you are stuck at one level and you keep playing that level over and over again, and it is so frustrating. But then one day, boom, just like that, you just do it. And you're like, what? Or so for some of you, you keep on, you keep on, you keep on. You come back and you tackle the problem with strategy. But every time you were failing, every time you were dying in that game, you were learning. So you were like a self-learning machine, and you learn through all the different challenges, failures, disappointments that you go through. Because you get up, you dust yourself down, you look at that mountain and you're like, I am going to get to the top of that mountain. You roll your sleeves up and you remember everything that you've learned, and you are not making the same mistakes as you are climbing to the next level. So the divine is saying, understand that analogy, because for some of you, there's really like this feeling within me of like this deep frustration, this deep disappointment in life. Like Capricorns, I think they're one of the signs that are given the hardest, the hardest challenges. They truly are. Scorpios go through their own stuff, but Capricorn, it is deep. Okay, Scorpio is deep in an interesting way, but we're talking about you right now. So the divine truly wants to help you with this understanding, especially if you feel like that, like life just throws one curveball after another, and it just feels like you never catch a lucky break. I want you to listen, save this reading. Save it, listen to it over and over again. Because I promise you, the divine is not invested in how you play the game like that. Okay, it is up to you. You are here playing this game. Enjoy it as you will. If it is your thing to climb up the mountain and to get to the top, awesome. Well, go climb that mountain, have fun. You are divine, you are God. You're part of God. You're part of everyone in this experience. And it is up to you to go and have as much fun as you can as you're climbing that mountain, as you're doing the things that bring that fire, that awaken that fire within you. Okay, so whatever you're experiencing right now, I want to tell you that you absolutely can make it to the top of the mountain. And that's why I said, I will share my life story with you, because there is just like this calling that is there. From my guides, my ancestors, the divine is like, it is time for you to share this story. Because it has been excruciatingly painful. I am not going to lie. At some point, I even wondered what was the purpose of it all. You know, but there's a time and a place for all of that. And I think when I start sharing that story, it's going to be part of the podcast. And I'm trying to make the podcast make sense, because it is like a journey from when I am born, because the fuckery that is my life started from day one. The day I arrived on this planet, it started from there. And it has been a journey and a journey and a journey. And at some point I was just like, what is the point and the purpose of all of this? And I feel that sometimes when life backs you into a corner, you have to either get back up and fight back. Like they say, like, a dog is most dangerous when it's backed into a corner, because it is going to think, you know what, you are either going to kill me or I'm going to get up and I'm going to attack you with all my force. And I feel like for me, it was the same. It was like, okay, at this point, I either just unalive myself or I get up and this is it. And that day changed everything. So there's a time for that. But at this moment in time, this is your reading that is here. Again, prayers helped, or the rituals, everything that I do has been part of my journey, and this is why I do what I do. Okay, so everything that you need to know about the Cancer new moon that is going to be tomorrow, cord cutting ceremonies, banishing ceremonies, return to sender ceremonies, everything that I do, cleansing ceremonies, like spiritual cleansing ceremonies, are all linked in the description box below, or go to my website, which is again in the description box below, and go and have a look around to see what is calling out for you. I'm really reorganizing my life at the moment to really try and show up as much as I can for you, Capricorn, because there is just that calling, and I think I am answering the calling now. So the calling, answering is going to get better and better and better. Just give me time, because I have so much work I need to do with like all the clients that I have, and then the podcast is going to be starting. So I'm going to see you very soon, Capricorn. Again, from the bottom of my heart, I really, really, really do appreciate you. And whatever you're going through, I am sending a virtual hug to you. It will all work out just fine. Okay? I promise you. If you show up, life will show up for you too. And I'm going to be here along the way helping you. So you're not alone. I had to figure it out by myself. So you have no excuse, because we're here walking on this journey together now. Okay? So beloved, I'm going to see you soon. It is a goodbye from me.